What's up, beautiful? So today I'm gonna talk about water and the effects it has on our bodies. I'm gonna go over tap water, bottled water, filtered water, if they are harmful or beneficial to our bodies. I'm also gonna go over what water is best and how much of it you need to be drinking. So let's dive right in. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm pretty sure that you've heard that drinking water is super important at some point in your life, right? But it's just not important. It's vital to long-lasting health. So let's get into the benefits of drinking water and the impact it has on the body. The first one is this: it increases brain power and provides energy. And since our brain is made up of 73% water, drinking it helps you think, helps you focus, concentrate, stay alert, and as a result, our energy levels also improve. Many studies ranging from children to the elderly have shown that mild dehydration can impair mood, memory, and brain performance. Yes, I said mild dehydration. But if you're drinking it like you should be, the benefits can include constipation relief, helps with weight loss, relieves fatigue, flushes out toxins, improves skin complexion, boosts immune system, and it's a natural headache remedy. And it puts you in a better mood, so drink up. Now, you might not know this, but a lot of ailments that we suffer from can simply be caused by dehydration. And a lot of people think that dehydration means that you're like on the verge of dying or something, right? But in reality, you can become dehydrated very, very easily. Like, take this for example. When you feel yourself getting thirsty, like when you have that feeling of thirst in your mouth and in your throat, yeah, that right there means that you are already starting to get dehydrated. Crazy, right? I bet you didn't even know that, right? I mean, I didn't. This is why you should be drinking and consuming water even when you're not thirsty. But if you have a hard time like this, like I do, then set a reminder on your alarm or on your phone to remind you every 15 minutes or so. I had to do this myself for months until I trained my subconscious mind, and now it's like breathing for me. But these things take time to get used to, so be really, really patient with yourself. But just drinking any water isn't gonna cut it, okay? You can drink all the water you want, but if it's really crappy water, then it might be doing more harm than good to your body. See, most of us don't think much about what's in our water, right? Despite the fact that we know how important that drinking water is and vital to our health, right? If it's the public water supply, then it's regulated, right? And even if we don't have the best tap water, there's always the bottled option, right? Well, as the water crisis in, say, Flint, Michigan, and so many other states has proven, the water we're being supplied isn't good for us. In fact, it is downright dangerous to our health, and it can take years to turn things around. Of course, the regulations in place are also affected by industrial, military, and pharmaceutical lobbies as well. And bottled water isn't necessarily a better option. Aside from the fact that these plastic bottles are terrible for the environment, bottled water isn't well regulated either. That's why it's important to know what is actually coming out of your kitchen faucet and how tap water toxicity might be affecting and contributing to your thyroid problems. Yes, you heard that right. So let's talk about tap water first. In 2009, a 3-year study conducted by the Environmental Working Group found 316 chemicals in tap water throughout the country. And of those 316 chemicals, 202 of the chemicals weren't even regulated, while others didn't even pass guideline levels. Like what? Guidelines are tricky. For instance, water utility companies who serve only a few thousand customers aren't even obligated to treat or prevent lead contamination until after the lead is discovered. And then a report from US Today found that 4 million Americans receive their water supply from these small utility companies annually. And many of them miss the annual testing for harmful chemicals, meaning that water goes for another 365 days at least without anyone knowing whether tap water toxicity is an issue or not. So what exactly are the toxins that are found in your water supply? Well, let me just tell you. Atrazine is a major one. It's the second most widely used herbicide in the entire country. But it doesn't just stick to crops. It winds up in our ground and surface water, where it later winds up in our water supply, and it often at levels way higher than what's considered safe. It's also known as an endocrine disruptor, you guys. It's a chemical that after enough exposure messes with our hormonal symptoms. And we know that having just one hormone out of whack can cause serious developmental, neurological, and reproductive immune effects. The chemical has been linked to birth defects and raised levels of estrogen in women, which can increase the risk of both breast and ovarian cancers. It's also been found to feminize frogs, turning once male frogs into female frogs. What? They're putting this shit in our water, you guys. Then there's the lead, which is a heavy metal, obviously, that leaches through lead pipes and corroded infrastructures. It is a toxic to almost every major organ in the body and acts as a poison in the body. And what's scary is that it's absorbed by the bloodstream, affecting different parts of the body as it reaches them. It's especially dangerous for children because their bodies are more susceptible to both absorbing and retaining the metal. And then there's good old arsenic, which is yet another chemical that's found in our tap water. But one of my biggest concerns regarding tap water includes fluoride. Because of the way it's referred to as completely benign and totally safe substance, when it is in fact connected to so many dangerous things that affect our health in so many bad ways. Some of the major dangers of fluoride include central nervous system disruption, elevated risk of diabetes, and higher risk of some cancers. So you can imagine what it does to your thyroid function. I mean, this is going into our water supply, you guys. So if tap water has so many issues, shouldn't bottled water be the better option? Not so fast. Just like tap water, bottled water comes with risks too. For starters, per gallon, bottled water costs about 2,000 times more than tap water. Worse, there's not even a guarantee that you're getting anything better than what's coming out of your faucet. Bottled water manufacturers aren't even required to disclose the level of contaminants in their water. And in many cases, it's simply tap water anyway. While the EPA oversees what comes out of the tap water, it's the Food and Drug Administration that's responsible for bottled water. That usually means ensuring that what's advertised on the label is what's actually putting into the bottle and what's being sold. It's up to states to regulate the actual water, though sometimes not even that happens. Another reason to be wary of bottled water is the amount of chemicals that are leached from the plastic. BPAs, as they're known, are found in plastics, including water bottles. They can be transmitted from the bottle to the water, even if the water wasn't originally tainted with BPAs. These chemicals are another endocrine disruptor. They mimic estrogen, interfering with our hormone levels, all of them, and genetic messages to our bodies. BPAs are also linked to reproductive systems, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, diabetes, liver toxicity. So when does bottled water make sense? If you're traveling somewhere with bad water quality or on the go and the only other option is soda and any other unhealthy drink, then by all means, grab a bottle of water. But be sure to check the label before drinking it, okay? If the label on the water says that it comes from a PWS, a public water source, or from a community water system, it's just plain tap water. Skip purified water or drinking water too, and look for spring water, okay? So if tap can't always be trusted, bottled water is often really just expensive tap water, then what's the safest option, right? Well, it would be using an at-home filter. That's your best bet. This is gonna remove the toxins that might be lingering in the water supply without the big price of purchasing bottled water. There are several different types of water filters: a pitcher, a faucet mount, a faucet irrigation, a countertop filter, an under the sink filter, or a whole house water filter. You should choose the best option that works best with your family's lifestyle and that will be easiest to use consistently. Just be sure that it's high quality and that the filters are frequently changed. All right, so how much water should you be drinking per day? Well, this varies from person to person depending on your weight and such as things like that. It's not all one size fits all, like you may have heard in the past of drinking 8 glasses of water per day. So I want you to be drinking half your body weight in ounces. For example, if you weigh 160 pounds, then you would drink 80 ounces. Or if you weigh 200 pounds, then you would be drinking 100 ounces. Pretty simple, right? And your pee should be clear, not yellow, and it shouldn't have any smell to it, okay? So always check the labels on bottled water and use a good water filter for the house and drink half your body weight in ounces. And lastly, make sure your pee is clear. All right, so have a great rest of your day and drink your water. Bye.